Hey guys, welcome to Lovely J Podcast. This is Coco. Y'all, we talking about some weight loss, and talking about how my first week has been on the Mounjaro. We're gonna get all into that because I can tell you right now, you don't want to miss the rest of this podcast. Let's talk about it. Let's see how it goes. I don't know if y'all can see the thumbnail or not, but hopefully you can, wherever you're tuning in from. And you see the thumbnail is a picture of me from like 2 weeks ago versus now. And do I see a difference or change in my face? Slightly. Very slightly. So let me give y'all some backstory. And we're going to be cooking and chatting. That's all real right there. Cooking and chatting. Let me tell y'all what I'm going to have. I'm going to have a taco. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish eating it or not, but that's what I got planned to have is a taco. First week on Mounjaro. I started taking it Sunday. I'm going to be working and talking at the same time. I started taking Mounjaro Sunday night. I did it I took my shot around, where these gnats come from? Ooh. I took my shot around 8 p.m. in the evening. And I was getting ready to go lay down, but I stayed up till about 10 o'clock just to see how I was going to do. I did okay. How did it go with taking the shot itself? Taking the shot itself, they have made it very easy and safe where you can take the shot without having to pull out your own needles, or you can look at it and see if it's been tampered with. Those of you who don't like the word you can exit because I use the word a lot. Yeah, I do. Don't ask me why. It's just part of my vocabulary. It helps me to think because y'all know I'm recovering from PTSD. So people with PTSD, we have some brain delays, and the word helps me out. And I done stopped and got myself distracted because I'm trying to wash this bell pepper off at the same time. Okay, jump back with me now. The shot itself, it was so easy to do. And like I said, the way it's set up is the doses are already measured out for you. So all you got to do is clean the area off and take the safety cap off. And then you turn the lock switch to unlocked so that you can, hold up. Unlocked so that it's ready to just go ahead and punch. Now, if you do not turn that thing, it's not going to give you the shot. It's not going to allow you to take the shot. So what you have to do is you have to twist the knob to unlock in order to get the shot. I am cutting up some bell peppers. I don't really think I'm going to need all of these bell peppers. So first night was okay. All of this week has really been okay. I haven't had any problems with it. Thank God. Thank God I haven't. Now, let me tell you about the eating. Let me tell you about my eating habits. Now, did my eating habits change? Do I just switch over to good foods just like that? No, nobody can just switch so easily like that. And, financially wise, I still have to deal with financial issues, and I have to do what I can do. Eating has not been a problem. Now, one of the things that has surprised me, Mounjaro really surprised me because I thought I was going to be able to go in there and still be able to eat the way I eat. I was eating 2-3 cakes, 2-3 pieces of light bread at a time. And I was eating I was eating big quantities of food, like probably 3,000 to 4,000 calories for each setting. And here I was, well, not each setting. Well, yeah, probably so each setting, because I got where my plates was stacked. You hear me? My plates was stacked. Okay. Well, it got where, what's going on here? Y'all give me a sec. I'm not plugged it up or something is not coming on here. Okay, there we go. I got it on now. It's my cooker. Y'all know I got to have that. Eating. I fix my plate like I normally do. Now, when I first fix a plate, I fix a regular size portion. But when I go back for extras, that's where I run into trouble at. Because I grab 2 and 3 extra portions. Because I be here by myself and don't nobody be looking. Don't nobody else be wanting none. And I be like, I don't want to waste the food. You know, I work so hard to be able to afford food. I don't want to waste it. That's one of my biggest things, and that's why I am going to start therapy because of that, to help get that mindset under control. And I know we should be able to do these things on our own, but sometimes we just need the extra help, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to allow the extra help to come in to help me with that part, because I do know that I'm an emotional eater. Now, on this day, the next day after I took the Mounjaro, the very next day, I did not expect it to work this fast. I didn't. I was thinking that it was going to take about 3 to 4 weeks to get into my system. Even though it was a shot, it didn't. It immediately took effect. And I thought I was going to be able to eat my regular portion. And I got my food. I done made me 2 cinnamon toast. I had some eggs. And I had some sausage links, and I had some cheese and all this extra stuff, and fixed this big plate. Could not even eat it. Could not even eat but a few bites of it. But put it like this. You know, I had 2 pieces of light bread. I could only eat 1 piece of light bread. I only could eat like 1 scrambled egg, and I was able to drink some fluid. I was able to drink, but my stomach, I got full so quick. I did not expect that. I got full so quick, it was scary, because I never been full like that. And to recognize being full, that was a big highlight for me, just to recognize that I was full. Because before, crushing up fresh garlic, y'all. If you hear me pounding, that's what I'm doing. Before, I was never able to really recognize my hunger cues, or to recognize when I was full. They call them hunger cues and full cues. I couldn't recognize it before. And so I would just keep on eating and keep on eating, because I didn't feel nothing. And because I didn't feel it, I just kept going. I just kept on eating. But with Mounjaro, you're going to feel it. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I can say I felt it. I felt the fullness. And then here I go. I said, I'm going to test it to see if I'm really feeling full. And so I kept trying to force myself to eat a little more. And you don't want to do that. When you feel full with Mounjaro, just stop, because it will hurt. Now, have I been able to change those foods up yet? I haven't been able to change my foods up yet, but I am eating healthy. I was eating healthy most days. I was eating healthy, but I was adding those cakes and chips in there, and that's what made my foods unhealthy. But when I cook, I actually cook healthy meals. It's the snacking that gets me. On this, it's hard to snack. You can snack, but it's hard to do it because you fill up so quick. Now, I went to one of the little local restaurants around here, and I was like, I'm going to get this cheeseburger. Every time I go in this area, I always get that type of cheeseburger. Just a regular cheeseburger all the way, because they have like the chili, the onions, the slaw. It's like old school restaurant style. I got the cheeseburger and a large fry. Not knowing that I was going to be full by eating half of this cheeseburger and half of the large fry. I tried to go further and it just was not having it. What I ended up doing was eating that half of that cheeseburger, and I had to wait almost 40 minutes before I could eat the other part. So now I'm beginning to understand why they say eat small portions, and you have to eat like 6 portions of food throughout the day, because you can't handle but small portions once you get on this shot. At least that's how it is for me. And I'm just truly amazed that I think going to the nutritionist has paid off. I got to get back down there and see her. I got to make another appointment with her, because I did not realize that the stuff she was teaching me was going to pay off for now. What I was learning in there with her was to recognize my hunger cues, cues, and when I'm full, so that I would stop eating, so I don't so I would stop overeating. Now, one thing I would say, and don't nobody take this for granted, because you could come off of that shot anytime and gain all that weight back. This is a tool that we use to help us, but the main work does really come from us, because I sat there and I was like, okay, I can decide, do I want to be miserable if I continue to eat? Because you will feel miserable. I was feeling my stomach just tightening. It started up top tightening, and it was, if you want to be miserable, then you can go ahead and keep on eating. You're going to throw up. You're going to have diarrhea, something called a dumping syndrome. I did experience that. Ooh, I experienced that yesterday. The dumping syndrome, when I told y'all about the cheeseburger, I ate half. What I did, I waited about 40 minutes and ate the other half, but that must have been too soon, or either the food was just too greasy and salty, maybe too fatty, because, hamburgers be fatty sometimes. I did that and came home, and my stomach felt different. My stomach, I felt like I was going to fart. And I did. I let out a few farts. And by about to the 4th or 5th one, I had to go to the bathroom. So if that's what they mean when they say dumping syndrome, I get it now. So don't be trying to eat a bunch of grease with this food. And, they tell you the foods that work best with it. The first few nights, I had about the same meal. I had a little bit of noodles, some candied yams, and some broccoli, all boiled together, and that was good. I was satisfied with what I ate, because I felt like I was eating junk food because of the pasta, and the candied yams actually cured my sweet tooth. Oh yeah, speaking of the sweet tooth, when it comes down to the craving the cakes and pies like I was before, I'm not doing that now. As long as I found out that as long as I don't have it in the house, just like my endocrinologist said, if you don't have it in the house, you can't get it. If I don't have it in the house where I'm constantly looking at the box and knowing that it's there, I'm not going to eat it. But when it's in the house, 10 times out of 10, I'm going to eat it, because the self-control is not there yet. I know, because yesterday I thought because I was getting full like that I could bring in the cakes, and I couldn't do it. I brought them in, and I ate 2 cakes that morning, and I ate 2 fudge rounds that night. That's 4 cakes in one day. Each cake is around about 240 calories, and I'm trying to stay anywhere between 2,000 to 1,500 calories while I'm doing this shot too. I do feel better. Joint wise, I feel better because I'm not putting all that food in me, and some of the food was flaring up gout that I was eating. And by me not being able to eat as much, that is helping so much. Do I recommend Mounjaro to anybody? I can't recommend that to you right now because I'm a newbie at it myself, so I can't recommend it to you. But I can say it has curbed my appetite. It has made me feel full. And when I was studying up on it, it said that was two of the receptors that Mounjaro targets is that hormone that makes you feel hungry and the hormone that makes you feel full. So that was the target of the shot. I was happy this morning. I had breakfast with my granddaughters. I cooked myself two cinnamon cheese toast. Not cheese toast. 2 cinnamon toasts. We've been loving the cinnamon toast around here lately. It's on whole wheat bread. It's not dipped in the egg or anything. It's just fried up in olive oil, sauteed in olive oil, and you just throw some cinnamon on it. Then add a little bit of pancake syrup, which I'm going to get back to getting the sugar-free pancake syrup, because that is good too. But I don't want to be dependent on too many sugar-free items, because have y'all heard that too much sugar-free stuff ain't good for your heart? And that's why they don't want us to depend too much on that. They want us to learn how to eat in moderation and to follow the cues of our stomachs. When you're hungry, you're hungry. Like right now, I'm hungry. I'm hungry right now because I only ate one time. I was supposed to be, by now I should have then had one small meal, a snack, let's see, 6 small meals throughout the day. What is that, like every 6 hours or no, I think she said every 2 to 3 hours I should eat something, but not a lot, not like a whole plate of food. Y'all, when they told me that a few years ago, I was making whole big plates. Said every 2 or 3 hours I go make a whole big plate. You can't do that with Mounjaro. And you gotta drink a lot of water. You gotta stay watered. But yeah, I can feel the water weight is flushing off of me first. I feel it, and that feels good on my joints. That water weight coming off. I was using the bathroom, and I was like, yes. Whew. And I am doing some little light exercise. I haven't had any side effects yet from it, except for the dumping. And that's because I overate. Other than that, I feel okay, thank God. And I hope to be able to lose 100 pounds on here. Because keep in mind, even when I lose 100 pounds, I'm still going to be close to 400 pounds. I just want to be healthy. I don't like that I have gained so much weight. And again, it goes back to mental. Being the mental thing. Being mental, let me clarify that, because some people are taking it to a whole nother ball game. When I say mental, that means I go through things that I keep to myself, because I do have trust issues. No, I'm not paranoid, but so much has happened to when I know that there are people out here that I cannot trust. And that's not just in my imagination. That comes from, I'll take a mental picture and compare it to the real life picture of what's happening. And that's how I distinguish which one is right and which one is wrong. So if my mental is saying, hey, that person is doing something to you, and then I'll be like, okay, maybe I'm overthinking that. Let's see what the camera says. And I go back, and on the camera, you really are doing something wrong to me? That's what I go by. Just like yesterday, when I went to my doctor's office, I already knew that those girls up there don't like me, and they're picky-fied, and they want to try to make me act out. They want to try to make me lose my benefits and my health. Because keep in mind, if I fall out with my doctor, then how am I gonna get taken care of, you know? And then, you get a bad name with the doctors. Don't nobody want to deal with you, especially when you're already on a blacklist. You're already on a blacklist, so I try not to make things hard for myself, but I know there are pushers. Those pushers and markers, they want me to act out, and so they'll do and say things like the girl was like, I better go ahead and take care of this because I don't want to end up on Facebook or Google reviews. Honey, I will say what I gotta say to your face. If they don't know me by now, then they will never know me. But I know she didn't want me to say nothing to her. She was just saying that so that I would hear her, because I do Google reviews with good reason. Not because I'm a target, but I've been doing this stuff for years. Okay, I didn't just not get on social media. I just got on TikTok I was already on TikTok, but in 2019, but I didn't use it like that until 2020 when the pandemic came. That's when I started really using TikTok. As far as Google and all those other places, I've been on there for years. I got grandchildren younger than the many years I've been on this internet, okay? My grandchildren are so young right now compared to the years that I put into learning the internet and, just doing what I do on the internet. I don't know why, y'all, this pan is not cooking. Okay, now getting back to the mental thing is, the woman who took my sugar yesterday, she set that needle where it would go deeply penetrate my skin. And it hurted and it bled for about an hour. Not no heavy bleeding, little light bleeding, but it still bled. It went so far down that even by the time I got home, I could take my finger and just mash it a little bit and blood would still come out. So next time I go, I'm going to have my own diabetic kit with me. I'm going to prick my finger myself, and then they can take the blood like that. But I'm not going to let them do it for me because I can't stop people from being mean to me. That's a them problem. But what I can do is learn ways that I can cope with it. I can cope with it by, taking my needle with me, and I prick my own finger for them. So that's how I'll do that from now on. Getting back to it, but mentally, your mental plays a lot into how you eat. And I've always knew this. Since I was 10 years old, I've been battling with my weight. And I always knew the mental had a lot to do with it. And to this day, it still got a lot to do with it. Now, there are some things I need to say outside of my head that I cannot say on this podcast. But if I get with a therapist, the right therapist, I can say what I need to say, get it off my chest. The last therapist I had, she was nice. She was a happy woman, bubbly. I mean, real nice. I mean, I don't take nothing from her that she ain't a good person. But she was not the right person for what I've been going through. She wasn't the right person for that. So I didn't never make an appointment to go back to her. I tried. I did give her a chance. I think I saw her about 5 or 6 times. And then I was just like, you know what? I ain't getting nowhere like this. I ain't getting nowhere. So I had to let her go. And I haven't been to therapy now in almost a year. And I don't feel bad. When I let her go. Do you know how good I felt when I let her go? Whew. I felt really good. Because I felt like she kept trying to trigger me. Trying to bring up old things that I had already got past. Now, I understand she might have needed to catch up. But I didn't need to catch up with that stuff. I was right here in the future. I mean, in the moment. And in the moment was what I was concerned with. Okay. So back to the Mounjaro. It does work with your mind. It really does. It works with your brain. It sends these signals to let you know that you are full. It really does. And I'm learning too, and I was saying the other day, yesterday, I may need to write that down. Because I don't think I wrote it down. Because if I did, I would have got it. I need sandwich baggies or some little food trays for the food that I cannot finish. It might, like I might cook something and it might end up being like 2 meals. So I need a tray that I can keep it in. Or a sandwich bag if I have a half a hamburger or, just can't eat it all. Can't eat a whole sandwich. I need to be able to put it in something to save for a later meal. And that'll save me time on cooking. When I'm cooking for myself. Now, when I'm cooking for the family, usually what I do is I go ahead and cook up a big pan of food. And then I tell them, hey, y'all take all that with you and just leave me a little bit in the pan. Just leave me a little bit. But you know what? I can't even do that now like that. Unless I'm going to put it in something. Because when I told my granddaughters to do that the other night, do you know that I never got hungry? So I didn't never come back in here and eat it. It just sat here. 3 times that happened that I cooked. And the little bit that was left, it just went to the waste. So if I want to keep it good and just use it for another meal, like a meal prep, I've got to get something to, some baggies for that. I don't want the little plastic containers because I don't have sufficient water in my kitchen to be washing dishes. So everything that I have here is disposable. That's why when I hear people, laughing about people who may have to use paper plates and accessories like that, what you laughing for? Some of us really need that. I really don't have a kitchen counter in here a sink that has running water. I go get my water out of the bathroom. That's what I have to use. And I don't use the bathroom, so I don't use the bathroom. I have another area just set up where I can use, handle that business. And that's not saying that I'm nasty or anything. That's just saying that, hey, girl ain't got no water, so a paper plates is fine with me. Yep. So if you're cooking for yourself, I don't know how that's going to be for you. I usually see people meal prepping. I cannot. My mind is not feeling meal prepping right now. I'm not at a place in life where I'm going to meal prep like that. Because I don't trust a lot of things. I don't know why this skillet did not come back on. I just brought this skillet and it's already giving me problems. This is like the 7th one of these skillets. And it's not in the skillet. It's not in the skillet. What else about Mounjaro? No side effects I had. Now, I do believe I'm in a ketosis because I taste like the metallic taste. I don't know if that's from the shot or from the ketosis. I do drink, tonight I have to drink a protein shake. I supplement one meal with a protein shake. I either do it in the morning for breakfast. If I miss breakfast time, I'll do it at nighttime. And them protein shake be good. They be tasting sweet. Now, I did test my sugar yesterday to see if it was going to spike my sugar. Because it only has like 1 gram of sugar, the one that I got. And my sugar only went to 116. Which was good. Could have been better. But I ain't going to complain because that's way down from like 143 or 123. So I'm not going to complain about that. This thing is still not working, y'all. Why? Why won't it work for me? Yeah, I do the protein shakes. I have not tried the protein powder yet. I do want to get some protein powder, but it will have to be in individual packets. Anything that I bring in, like the extra fiber, I got to get some Benefiber. I have not been constipated or anything of that sort. That hasn't been a side effect of mine. Right now, I'm okay. I'll say I'm okay. I'm not trying to jinx it either. But I'll say I'm okay. I'm just taking it one day at a time. I did feel nauseous one night, but it didn't last long. And that was the night when I was trying to overeat. Before I started learning how this works, I was really trying to overeat, and that didn't go so good. This meal I'm cooking here today, when this pan come back on, is going to be some taco seasoned ground turkey. I'm going to cook. I don't know if I want to cook the whole thing. 6, 4, 2. I don't know if I want to cook this whole thing or cook half of it and then save the rest for tomorrow. Because as long as nobody don't come up here, it's just me eating. And ain't no need of me cooking the whole thing anymore like I used to, now that I know that I can't eat it like that. Because last Saturday about this time, I had this same taco seasoned ground turkey. It's so good. I had about 5, 6 tortillas. I fried them down. And I ate. This time, I'm going to cook half. And that was 4 servings of turkey meat. Yes, it was good protein. Let me see how much protein in. 15 grams of protein. So, yeah, it's good protein. But you got to watch the sodium. And I just don't think I'm going to be able to eat that much of it. So, it is good protein. But that sodium in this kind here is what will get me. That sodium is 650 milligrams. If I did regular ground turkey, I could eat the whole thing. I used to could. I don't know about now. I was studying about the bariatric surgery and those who have had that surgery for weight loss. And I just wonder what the difference is with someone who originally was on Mounjaro and still had to have the surgery. Now, I don't know anybody like that, but what I was seeing on some of these shows, because y'all know one of my favorite shows is My 600 Pound Life. I can sit and watch that. I binge watches that now. That and Hoarders. They're my 2 shows. I hear it starting to cook. Yeah, but that would be my thing right there, is to have greater understanding. Why did they still need the surgery if the Mounjaro was working, or the Trulicity or whatever they was on was working? I don't know. It's starting to cook now. Most people I have seen on these shots have lost a lot of weight. And I mean lots of weight. That's why I was trying to have understanding. Why would you need the surgery if you had lost the weight? The whole goal of this is to teach us how to eat. That's what it really is. We fat because we eat. We fat because we eat and we don't think about hunger cues. And who wants to think about a hunger cues when you're passing a burger joint? Or, think about, I'm full. When we have grew up being told, get your money's worth. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but for me, that's what I was always told. Get your money's worth. Get your money's worth. And that's what I have always lived by, is getting your money's worth. And now you tell me I got to reverse this kind of thinking and be like, if you can't eat it all, throw it away, or either put it up and save it for later. See, I'm not used to that. I'm used to that poverty mindset that says, you better go ahead and eat it all right now, or else, later may not come. Y'all, this thing came on and then went back off. Feels like somebody playing tricks with me. Don't worry, I'll be lost enough weight soon. I can just stand over there at the stove, which I can stand over there now, really. The reason why I don't really use the stove like that, can I just tell y'all why that is? It isn't because I can't stand, because I can put a chair over there that can assist me. But I can't wash pots and pans like that. So I have this one pot that's here that all I got to do is wipe it out. It don't be holding on to foods and things. So all I had to do is keep it. I can wash it out easy with just a bottle of water. But over there, if I start using all them pots and pans I got over there, I think I'm going to mix this ground turkey taco. I'm going to cook these bell peppers and onions down really soft. And I have made up my mind. I'm only going to cook half of this taco seasoned ground turkey. I've been waiting almost a year for those shots for Mounjaro. The first time I got Mounjaro, I ain't going to lie. It was last year sometime. No, it was in 2022. I was scared. I was scared to take it. I didn't know what was, I don't know. My mind just wasn't right. My mind wasn't there. And I was scared to take it. So I looked at it in the refrigerator and I looked at it for about 2 months and I didn't take it. And that was a waste of money because I didn't take it. Because it ended up going bad because my refrigerator went bad and then I sure enough couldn't take it. And so the next time I got ready to go get the Mounjaro, which y'all already know that the people at the drugstore, they know what I take and what I don't take. If it's something I take, they try to hold it back from me. And something like Mounjaro, I guess they want to hold it for their paying customers or customers they know will take it. So when I tried to get it the next time, everybody kept saying, the drugstore kept telling me, we don't have it. But then my sister went and she was like, I got mine filled there the other day. And I was like, what? The woman just told me they didn't have it. And then she was like, well, go to Walmart. The drugstore lady we could send it to Walmart. I was like, okay. At first I said no, but then the doctor said just go ahead and get it from Walmart. Which did make sense because me trying to wait on them was only hurting me. Walmart did have it, and I'm glad I got it. I see the benefits in it. I'm not trying to promote or convince anybody to get on this. This is just my journey. This is my documentary, or however you say it. But I'm just trying to tell you what I'm going through and what I'm feeling right now. I'm starting off at 489 pounds. I was just 340 pounds in 2020. 340 pounds. I have gained 148 pounds since 2021. £148. That's a whole nother person. So I'm not trying to teach on this or anything. I'm just here. This is my journey. I know everything used to be a teaching moment for me, but then I learned better. Some things you gotta just have for yourself, and if people want to learn from it, they can learn from it. But this is not a teaching moment for me. This is a learning moment for me. I'm a babe in this. I've never took these shots before. I've never had any kind of shots before. No insulin shots or anything. So this is new for me. I'm a babe. I'm learning. I like what I'm learning so far, that I can't have all that to eat, because so many times I would eat that food and then I would sit back and cry, or I would sit back and try to find something sad on TV to watch so I could cry. Y'all ever been like that? I would try to find sad stuff so I could cry and not really be like, girl, you crying because you just overate and you know it. That's how it would be. So I'm learning that I can be full and satisfied without eating 2 pieces of bread. I can't believe I still got this breakfast sitting in front of me. I gotta put that breakfast up. Like, those eggs right there, I can freeze those and then bring them back to life tomorrow. But I'm learning. That everything is possible. Anything is possible to those who believe and those who want to learn. So this is not a teaching moment for me. This is the time where I sit back and let this medication teach me how to eat healthy. And I do like healthy foods because I have lost over 230 pounds before. I know what it feels like to be 560 pounds. I was 560 pounds up until 2006. I was 560 pounds. That's how much I weighed. By 2000, I was so big, I really couldn't tell the difference in things until 2008. That's when I started really moving around then, because I had lost a lot of weight, and I managed to keep that weight off. This time I got caught slipping. I let them little Debbie cakes get the best of me. Whole bags of donuts. I lost that weight the same way I'm going to lose this weight. I used the low glycemic index of food to help me lose that weight. And eating like that felt so good to me. My stomach. I had energy. I did not have no emotional roller coaster mood swings. My sugar levels stayed good. My sugar levels was always around 100 to 115 back in those days when I was 560 pounds and I started losing the weight. So I had it good. I didn't have it bad. I was younger too. I was way younger. I was 23 years old. No, was I? Was I 23? I want to know how old I was when my daddy died. That was my biological dad that had died, and that's how I remember it. Because I went to his funeral, and people had to help me walk. I was that heavy. I could not walk by myself. They had to help me walk. That was so embarrassing. I was 30 years old. 30. And I'm 47 now. Lord's will, I'll be 48 next month. So at the age of 30, I was 560 pounds. And when I was 560 pounds, I'll tell you how that came about. I was on drugs for many a years. And when I finally got off the drugs, that's when I gained the weight. You know, you start doing one habit, it replaces with something else. And I turned to food when I got off the drugs. And that's how I gained the weight. And before I know it, I was up in the 560 pounds. Couldn't even weigh on the scale. And when my dad had passed of heart disease, it was painful for me. Not because it was the most painful thing was seeing that I was the biggest person in my family. I had surpassed my brother's weight. My oldest brother was always the heaviest one in our family. He went and pulled some fed time and he dropped a lot of weight. He lost a lot of weight. And I was steady gaining weight. So here I was, I was 560 pounds, right at 600. I think he was hitting at 4 at that time. But I was bigger than him. Couldn't see my thighs. My thighs were completely covered with my stomach. Couldn't see my knees. I could not clap, could not put my hands together. Like I can clap like this now, but my hands would not even reach together. That's how wide and big my back was. They would not even reach together to clap. But I got on the low glycemic. My doctor was good. I miss that man, Dr. Matthews. Take me back. Take me back. He was with First Health at that time. He made sure that he explained to me what it meant for me to lose that weight. You know, the most important thing he told me, that I would have a quality of life. That opened my eyes. He started telling me what I could have, not what, he told me about the dangers and, things that I could develop, like diabetes and, high blood pressure could get worse. He told me all of that. But when he started telling me, you could walk better if you just lose 10 pounds. You could get up out of the bed if you just use your weights. Just lift weights 5 to 10 minutes a day. That'll help you. Help get you started to strengthening up your muscles. It was those small little bits of encouragement that just went so far. And people not like that these days. They don't encourage you these days. And sometimes we do need that. But he would tell me, get out and just walk. I remember when I first started trying to walk. See, I'm in a good place now compared to where I was back in those days, in 2006, when I tried to start losing weight. I couldn't walk barely then. My head was so big and round. That joker was swole. I mean, it was like big. Jaw spread. Body was thick. Not thicker than a snicker, but thicker than a big bull or a pig or a hog. Big. When I had first started trying to walk, my children had to tote chairs behind me in order for me to walk. I don't know why this thing is not cooking. Because I would give out a breath so fast. Now, it's pain that makes me not walk far. The pain. I don't know why this thing is not cooking. But y'all, that's what I want to talk about, Mounjaro. That's how my week has went since Sunday. It's my first week. I can't say nothing bad about it. It's what I've been praying for, in a sense, and I pray things go good. I see, I got family members that's on this same journey, and they have lost a lot of weight. Some look good, some look bad. I don't even know if I should have said that or not, but I do. Like, some look okay, but some look, I don't know, deformed. And I don't know if that's coming from being, from so many health conditions. Because, once we've been big for so long, you can't really tell what our true shape is. You can't tell how we really shape when we are this big. All you can see is masses and masses of fat covered in skin. But you can't see if somebody has a Coca-Cola bottle up under there. You can't. And now that we get to see, I want to be like 200 pounds. That's always been the size I want to be. 200 pounds. I don't know what's up on me, but some people look good with it off, and some people look like they doing a little more than the shots. That's what it looks like. I don't know. But yeah, y'all, I don't know what's going on with this pain. Is there anything else I can say about the Mounjaro? There's nothing else I really can say. Everybody has to test it and try it on their own. I'm hungry now, though, because I feel my hunger pains. This is the first hunger pain I've had all week. But I haven't ate anything since about 1 o'clock. And again, that was 1 egg and 1 piece of toast. And about 2 little small beef sausages. Real small. They weren't full length. Yeah. Let me see. I can't think of anything else, y'all. Except keep me reminded, if you can, to get those Ziploc bags and, sandwich baggies. Probably Ziploc bags. Right now, everything has to be disposable till I get my kitchen fixed. I do feel energy surges here and there where I get the energy up to get up and move. And I think that's because the muscles building off in those protein shakes. Oh my goodness. This makes absolutely no sense. I don't know, y'all. Might not be cooking over here the way this thing going. And I am doing some exercising. It's fitting to start cooking now. Exercising, I'm on a stepper machine for 1 hour every other day, sitting down. And I'm doing some stretch resistant bands. Those are real good resistant bands on. I have not tried really walking outside, but I need to at least walk 2 to 5 minutes outside to get my body back used to going out there. Okay, y'all, we're going to try this thing again. Just cooking of the food. All right. I know that this is not a full hour, but I don't know. I think I kind of talked myself sleepy. Y'all want to stay on with me, you can, but I don't know. I feel a little sleepy. Oh, big ladies, let me tell y'all this. QVC got some good plus size clothes on sale right now, any of them. And it is true to size. It's not that Chinese sizing where you get a 5X and it's a 1X. I mean, this is 34, 36 wide for the 5Xs. I just got me in some clothes from there. I got 2 dresses, 2 pair of pants, and 2 shirts. And if you go on my Facebook page, Jamie Store, you will see what I got. And I got the product numbers up. They what we need, ladies. Because I've been trying to find some 5X clothes and it's been hard. Yeah, I'm back wearing a size 5X now. I done left that 3X. I'm going to cook half of this, y'all. I'm not going to cook the whole thing. I'm going to do the half. I'm glad I can cook now. That was starting to feel horrible. I'm used to cooking and talking, not just talking and no food going unless... Now, I can talk for a long time from outside. But just sitting here doing nothing, that was not getting it. Now we got some sizzle for your fizzle. Yep, the eating habits do have to change. Greasy food, salty food, and sugary food gonna have you in the bathroom. This smells good. You will be in that bathroom. I'm cooking 2 servings of this so I can get my calories up. Because I don't want to become malnutrition either. You know, you don't eat enough, you can become malnutrition. So I eat some of this tonight, and then I have a little light snack around, this is 8, probably about 10:30. If I be hungry, it's if I be hungry, I have this as backup to eat. If I don't be hungry, ain't gonna be no happiness. 22 grams of protein in this turkey roll. All together, then that's 20, 40, 60, over 80 some milligrams of protein. Oh yeah. If you've ever ate chorizo, Mexican chorizo, that is what this smells like. Oh Lord, pan going off again. That's what this I'm not talking right today. My sugar might be low because I'm hungry. Festive taco seasoned ground turkey. That's what it tastes exactly like, chorizo. Yup. But I do tell you, you know, if you overweight like me and you really trying to do something about yourself, talk to your doctor. I don't want to be 500, 400 pounds. I don't want to be that. It's painful. I knew when I got where I couldn't walk. It got where it got really hard to walk. And I didn't want to believe it at first, but then I was like, you know what, I think I'm gaining weight. Because I started seeing my stomach. My stomach started dropping over my legs. We need to tell ourselves the truth. Tell ourselves the truth and shame the devil. Because when we sit around in denial, that's when that weight just gains more. I saw myself. In my pictures, my head started looking real big. I saw myself. Y'all, let me go put this up right quick and grab my tortillas. Maybe get some VX flash right. You know what's became a favorite of mine? Carrots. I got where I like carrots. Never liked the carrots as a kid. Lord, this thing is cut off again. This don't make no sense. I never cared for carrots as a kid, but it's getting weird now. I like them. Sauteed with some onions, some ginger. Add you whatever you want. Some onions, some celery, potatoes. I like that. It's the baby ones, not them longer ones. I like them for carrot dogs. I haven't tried the baby ones for a carrot dog. I might do that. Okay, y'all. Peace, love, and happiness. I am getting off here. I'm tired. I want to go lay across my bed soon and just I don't know, Facebook or watch a movie. I'm finna put a movie on now. Because that's right. That's another thing, too. After you eat, they say do not lay down for a couple hours or an hour or so. At least an hour or so. Give yourself time. If you don't want to feel any of the bad symptoms. So I do got an hour or 2 hours. I'll sit up and try to watch a movie in my chair. Peace, love, and happiness, y'all. I'm sorry, I started getting sleepy. But peace, love, and happiness. Y'all have a great Friday.